Two former teammates of Newbie and ELL colliding in the semifinal. In the upper right, in the red, we got Lin. And in the bottom left, the Night Elf who could, after today, be crowned as the best Night Elf versus Orc player in the world. It's LawLiet. Alright, Todd, you've seen this matchup here on this map before, just a couple of minutes ago, and it seems like it's quite the same with the Farseer opening.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty tough map here on Concel Hill for a Blade Master, so it makes sense to go for Farseer. I expect that we're going to be seeing some Blade Master on some of the other maps, but here definitely very, very nice to go for that Farseer. With the wolves, you can do a little bit of creeping a little bit more easily, and you can still fight pretty effectively. Like also we mentioned now multiple times, LawLiet, he relies on a lot of archers. Chain lightning still going to be pretty good against that. And you can still have a good amount of map control as well if you get a staff on the Farseer, even though there's the threat of Entangle always. And it's going to be for Lin to show exactly what he thinks is the best against that style from LawLiet that we saw previously that looked unbeatable when he played against Fly. Fly had literally 0 answers for that.
True. But LawLiet is not undefeatable. His win streak versus Orc not as crazy as the one of Moon was, by the way. Kind of have to point this out. Moon just lost the first match against Night Elf in more than 3 months. He was defeated in WGTL, for example, by Fly. That was Turtle Rock, but it was a loss, so people might know what to do. Or did he step up his game so much that even Lin is struggling?
Yeah, Turtle Rock doesn't count. We all know that.
Well, it's back in the map pool, right, for WGL, so...
Yeah. It still doesn't count, though, in my heart. It's crazy that they're bringing back Turtle Rock. I don't know what some of these tournament organizers are thinking. Like, it's going to be crazy. I mean, we could end up seeing some cool games on it, but I definitely would like to see a more healthier map rotation in Warcraft 3. Those feel like some of these maps have been around for a long time. But yeah, LawLiet pulling the Nord Overseer at the expansion. That's because I feel like I have to repeat it every time to emphasize how important this is, but a level 6 creep here would not be entangled for very long, and that wouldn't be worth to do that move. But because it's level 5, the entangle lasts the full duration, and you can creep that very easily, as you can see here, and then you get like a good item, ideally, which in this case was what happened with the Penance of Energy, and you're doing well.
Indeed, both leave each other alone for quite a bit. Lin also focusing on the progress of his Farseer. Another Wisp coming in. Is he going for the detonate? Get that wolf? Oh, Chain Lightning invested. Just to prevent that detonate. Interesting. But also for Lin, it's kind of a big chance to win a tournament, right? There's no TH against him, and his nemesis just was eliminated. So it's been some time since Lin won a tournament. Last one was next in spring, I guess, against 1-0 in the finals. Afterwards, it seemed like he is always facing Moon, and he's always losing to Moon. So there's been really better odds for Lin to win a tournament the past couple of weeks and months.
Yeah, but he's been having a hard time against Night Elf, and during WGL, he did lose to LawLiet in the quarterfinals. That was a 3-0. He looked absolutely clueless. That was their last series, and he looked like he had no idea how to play. The games were very quick. He would just get rushed, entangle a bunch of these Shadowhunter, and then just die. This time, he's had a little bit more time to prepare, to think about how to play against LawLiet, and he hasn't left after 3 minutes of play, so it's already a win. But can he get the overall victory here? That's the big question. And how would he have to play against that mass archer style of LawLiet? We've already got 5 of these archers actually moving across the map right now. He might be planning, I think, yeah, LawLiet's gonna staff there. Whoa. But not before entangling 2 of these wolves. He used the Moonwells to get full mana, gets Alchemist second, and he's gunning for these burrows here. And Lin is completely out of position. The Grunt's not quite at home yet.
There's no reinforced defenses. There's quite some damage from these archers. He's trying to gun down this Tree of Life as well. With the Wolf, split is okay, but there's no mana anymore. Let's see if the damage is enough and how much damage LawLiet can do in the meantime. First burrow, very aggressive. We haven't seen this a focus, and oh no! Entangle, Archers surround. He is closing this, but for how long? The grunts are in position. Alchemist comes in as well. I don't think we see Acid Bomb, we don't. But this Shadow Hunter, wow, the Shadow Melts are crazy good. He's still in position. Acid Bomb kills him off. That's the Burrow loss, and the Shadow Hunter lost, and a Grunt lost.
And he's supply blocked.
And he's supply blocked. Oh my god.
This is reminiscent of their last series that kept happening. He kept getting entangled to death. And it's looking the exact same now. Shadowhunter unable to be remade. He has to restart a burrow. LawLiet easily could target that. The Farseer finally comes back home. There's still Shadow Mail. He has Dust. Gonna go for one of his Archer. He gets it. But that one Grunt is gonna die. Lin on 28 supply. Actually, he got supply freed up, so he was able to restart the Shadowhunter in the altar here. I guess cup half full.
Dude, he's completely destroying him. How many... That was like 3-4 grunts. And the Shadowhunter? He's level 3.3. Alchemist level 1.5.
Forces are under attack.
I'm stunned.
LawLiet lost a bunch of archers, but like the damage that he achieved in return, even though he lost the tree at his exploit, it's almost like that tree was there as a bait to keep the Farseer on the other side of the map. And it feels like Lin, he just sentenced to Lin to death by entanglement. This game, it feels like.
Yeah. Okay, how often can he do that? Like, that was a lot of mana, obviously. Moon Juice looking good, though. It doesn't even drop the pendant. That's there he does.
Tier 3? No.
What?
While being this behind, he starts tier 3, really?
It looks a little bit like desperation.
This is so weird. I never thought that this would be the way he tries to play against this.
I mean, Torrent Shaman on paper looked like a good answer. If you find the time. Okay, maybe you can get a return kill, or at least the town portal here. Can't really reach. We do have Hex and Heal Wave, no Serpent Wards at all, which I think is a smart choice against the LawLiet style, because it's way heavier on archers and no hunches at all. The Wolves are doing quite some damage. LawLiet is losing archers, and Lin is kind of back in this game.
Yeah, he's getting on top of these archers here very nicely. Another Hex will get him another one of the skills. On the other side, though, Entangle still being super effective. Lin with some very nice denies, actually. He denied some of the grunts earlier that were being entangled and killed inside of his main base. Gets the one out on the map now. Uses the Cloak of Shadows here to make sure he stays safe against this dual hero. And there's still the one entangle here. Farseer are going to get targeted. And I think Alchemist should be able to make it out.
There's Purge now. Alchemist is safe, but hurt. So, with the Shaman here, everything should be safe. The fighting spirit of Lin, really impressive. Being stomped into the ground in his own base, being supply stuck, losing the hero, losing all your melee units, and then finding such a comeback. True heart of a champion.
It's crazy how Night Elf rushes straight to tier 3. Like, we saw Orcs start doing that more and more recently. To try and really reach that power spike of getting Bloodlust, but...
He's rushing Chimeras.
Oh my god, double Roost.
What is this game? I mean, it makes sense. Lin is clearly going for Tauren. And clearly going for casters.
Can we get player cam set up real quick so we can show Lin's face when he sees the first few teams?
Oh boy. If LawLiet survives barely until the Chimeras are out, I don't see any counter. There's no Serpent Wards, there's no Headhunters. The damage of the Shaman is kind of laughable.
Very nice Moonstone here as the fight began. So LawLiet could actually use Shadow Mail to save some of the archers, but now he's going to expire. Chain Lightning kills one of those archers. I wonder if Lin's a little suspicious right now, because he sees these two archers and he's probably thinking, where's the rest?
Yeah.
Where's the rest of your army right now?
And he knows...
The expansion sees no tree as well.
He knows that LawLiet is quite a sneaky player. But he still goes TC.
Okay, he has no idea.
Nope. Tauren, TC.
I think if he knew, he'd go like Alchemist or something. You know?
Yeah, that would be a good choice with Acid Bomb, with Fuel Spray.
Oh, the block.
Rare to see that this doesn't work for Lin. He's trying to fix it with the block, and the block is obviously good, but that gives LawLiet time to engage. Can he get the last hit? Entangle. Oh boy, this ogre is still up. This feels so bad.
The keeper has full inventory, so he couldn't even pick up the item anyway. Tries to go for the fast here. That manages to get back, but Entangle lands. And he's gonna force the town portal, and that's gonna be the item going to LawLiet. And mind you, this is not even with his real army that he's getting. There is double Chim on the way behind this, and they're halfway through done already. And completely unsuspecting Lin now as a chieftain entering the field, and I think he's about to start torrent production. Yes, he just did. Oh no.
He has pulverized finished. He goes to Shaman Master. This is supposed to be the counter for mass archers. But yeah, apparently he's not suspicious. He's not thinking like, where are your 20 archers? Where is your expansion? Don't you need that? The last time I saw this Chimera rush was at WGL. When was it? Like winter 2018. It was Moon against Cash, and it was just a demonstration of force by Moon. And it feels
so clever.
Yeah.
And the execution is there too. Like, look at how he placed it. It's like not very easy to scout. Okay, keeper might be in trouble there. There is aura first for the chieftain. It's gonna force the town portal. Everything that Lin has is low on hit points now, though. And again, like in terms of anti-air, he's got a very, very weak army.
Yeah.
And this Chim army, there's gonna be 4 Chims. They're gonna melt any Tauren or Grunt on the ground, and then after that, they can easily go for Shamans. I wouldn't even be surprised if Lin just saw this army and then like typed out instantly.
Could be possible. Like, how fast is a Bat Rider transition? How good are Bat Riders against Chimeras?
I mean, they're okay if you can see the Chimps coming and then you go for them, but now he's like light years away from that. He's literally making the one unit he shouldn't be making at all. I think getting an orb on the chieftain would be nice as well, because then he would have Tri-Hero that can attack air at least, but Lin is still very unsuspecting. He thinks he's countering a mass archer army, which was really like one of the things that I talked about going into this match here. I thought it was going to be very important for him to try and hard counter this mass archer style. Guess what? He goes for it, but surprise, surprise, the Chimps are here now. He gets the bad news.
Tauren have 1,300 HP and they melt in 3 volleys. Level 4 keeper. What?
Lin has no town portal.
Oh boy. When it rains, it pours.
Okay, well, the burrows were nice, but I think they're gone.
No reinforced defenses. This is absolutely crazy. No chance at all. Lin is supply stuck until the end of days. He has no anti-air. It's 4 Chimeras now. And there's no TP for LawLiet.
Yeah, he just got one. He
Okay.
staffed his alchemist back home and then staffed back in with the town portal. So he's got a little bit of an exit strategy. I think Lin probably was staring in disbelief at his main base. He's like, did this guy just rush teams against me? This is absurd. Alright, there we go. He's gonna go for the fight. The torrents are gonna melt in 1 second. There's nothing left already as far as grunts or torrents go. He goes for the fast here.
It seems like it's just a matter of time again, but Lin is able to deal a little bit with these Chimeras. 2 are gone already. Another one comes in now. But what does he do when all the Shaman are gone? Like, there's still so much HP. Just TPs away. And damage is done. Like, Lin lost every single burrow.
Yes, but he held. That's more than I was expecting personally. He's gonna sell Scourge the Beast. I think he should sell Scourge Bone as well. Just get an orb on the Tauren Chieftain. Yeah, there it is. So he gets that. And then behind this, I mean, he just cannot really make any units that's gonna be super useful against this. It's all about, I guess, Headhunters, probably the best thing. He has no Bestiary, he has no Woods. And LawLiet, you can be sure that behind this, he's gonna know the right rhythm, whether he can re-engage or not, how active he needs to stay in terms of aggression. He's got double staff. He can save so many Chimps as well if they get low and then send them to Fountain and heal them. Like, remember the Fountain on the right side has been cleared, which LawLiet should be anticipating.
How good would a Spirit Walker be, just for Spirit Link? Against this heavy damage?
I mean, it will help to add sustainability, but it feels like he's just gonna lack damage against the chimps.
Alright, we get Berserkers now. They have Bloodlust.
Yeah, he's getting the upgrade, but he doesn't have any.
That is indeed a problem. Lumber is still low. LawLiet continues to wreck the economy, and these burrows, they do have reinforced defenses now. So that's a plus compared to the first attack.
And there's no purge left.
That might turn into a problem. Yep.
Yeah, the strand is gonna be really strong as well. 4 chimps against no bat riders. Just the one berserker. Even though the Thorn Chieftain as an orb here is in a lot of trouble in this game.
Alchemist gets the healing and is out of that fight. Yeah, grunts are definitely past their time. They will not be rebuilt. Raining thunder on these heroes. Stomp, Hail Mary on the Keeper. If that doesn't work, the game might be over! Lots of damage. He saves himself and kills the TC. And that's LawLiet taking map number 1.
With a Chimera Rush. That is pretty cool. Doesn't really happen in pro games. You know, this is like the Twitch chat suggestion. What if he's going Tauren and Shaman? Why don't you just go with Chims? You know, it's the hard counter,
exactly what it
obviously.
sounds like.
Usually doesn't work that well because your opponent finds out what you're doing and then he counters you. And Orc has possibly great counters to that Chim play. More peons, most of all, to have more lumber for reinforced defenses, perhaps an orb, and more piercing damage. Reinforced defenses would have made all the difference in the world. And scouting lacking there for Lin. Yeah, Todd, you mentioned it in the game, and I think you were spot on. He should have been more suspicious. He had a peon on idle in the bottom right, always looking for the expansion. He saw there was no gold mine. So he should have thought, what the hell are you making? What are you cooking up in your lab? But he was so sure there was just going to be marksmanship archers tier 3 with orb. He didn't consider these chims 1%, and that's what cost him. I think if he scoured the chim roost on time, he could have just stopped torrents, make a few walkers, make headhunters, and he would have been totally fine.
Yeah, he would have had time for bestiary as well, I think, if he saw it like immediately. It's not like you can go for double chim roost and then the opponent scouts it and you're like, all right, I'm just going to cancel and go another route. Like, it's very, very hard to transition out of that. It's a big commitment.
Should this worry Lin that this is just another option added to the already filled toolkit of LawLiet? Or was that a one-time thing?
Yeah, I mean, he should scouts.
Yeah.
Just scouts. Like he
in
was
that
doing
game,
okay
he had
in the
so
game
much,
other than that.
he had so much time to scout. He wasn't getting pressured for a long time. Once he had the TC out, he had full map control. Didn't have to be worried about anything. There was no expansion for the Night Elf, so he didn't have to be worried about that. He just had to creep and scout. And he did creep, but he didn't scout. So this is not something that really ever should catch him off guard. And honestly, should be something not so hard to prevent. But then again, we can't blame him. Really, it's such a weird strat. Never really seen. And that's why it was so brilliant by LawLiet to go for.
Starting off a series, a best of 5 series with such a surprise, exploiting the flaws of his opponent. That was a pretty strong performance by LawLiet. Also, great timing attack before the Chimeras were even planned, killing so much there in the early game. Lin needs to be more aware of the threat that is LawLiet. Next map is Echo Isles. So probably no Chimeras, Remo?
No, it's going to be a 1 and off. If LawLiet gets to 3 bases, like on Terranas or something, and we're ultra mega late game and he wants to get to 100 supply, then maybe. But other than that, no. Chims, you know, they look cool here, but they're still not very good, honestly.
Alright guys, then let's load in to Echo Isles. There is a chance that we get 2 players in the grand final that didn't lose a single map in the playoffs. The Orc on the left-hand side can change that. If he wins at least 1 map in the series, it's Lin. And his former teammate can make it happen. It's LawLiet. So
Remo's living dangerously. Chimp's not very good. He just massively triggered every orc on planet Earth just now by saying that.
I mean, there is a couple of options to counter them, right? Wyvern,
Yeah,
Batrider, Headhunter.
But I think that's why the execution was so good as well. Like they were like perfectly placed at the back of the base. Of course, like for us, it's so obvious. We see everything. It's like, well, send a wolf. Just check it. You know, as like the Twitch chads that we are. But yeah, no, in game, you don't see everything. Lin probably thought he was doing better than he actually was. He was like, oh, I'm killing Archers. I'm actually doing well. What is going on? And then suddenly he sees the chimps, but it's already so late. He's on the other side of the map. He has no town polo. He has no fortified defense. Loses all burrows. Good luck recovering after that. Almost impossible.
He can't
So I
rely.
think
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the plan's probably going to be to keep on playing solid, but just be a little bit extra careful with the scouts.
He can rely on the strength of the Blade Master this game, and CH probably the only Farseer map, so if you play that against the Blade Master, if there's the right items on the Blade Master, he can single-handedly deal with the Chimeras sometimes, with a little bit of heal, and Hex is also good against them and stuff. Farseer, not so much. So let's see how the Blade Master does. He was key to the success of Focus versus Moon. He might be key to the success of Lin versus LawLiet. We're starting off with an Engine of War creep at the Mercenaries.
Yeah, the creeping of LawLiet is so flawless in the execution. You know, we're like, well, they are pro players, right? They should be able to creep like really well, not make mistakes, deny creeps. But then you look at LawLiet play, everything's perfect. Enchant of War positioning, the Wisp preparing exact right amount every time. He creeps it the fastest possible. And he's been able to reach a fast keeper level 3 in almost all of his games, whether it was against Fly or even against Lin, with the right amount of aggression to creeping, I thought. He checks 12 o'clock, sees that the Blade Master is there. He's like, okay, well, that's my cue to creep the expansion easily. So he goes there. And he's going to be getting very close to level 3 here already by creeping this camp. And hopefully for him, he gets another damage.
That is very different to what Moon did, right? Moon played early aggression with an AP, low-level keeper for such a long time. And I like the approach of LawLiet more. I think this level 3, I don't know how often we have to mention this, but it's so key to this matchup.
Yeah, Moon even went to 12 o'clock, remember, to check for the blade, but he couldn't even attack it. So he was just standing there doing nothing, just kind of watching the blades, doing the camp, and getting the item, in this case, and getting out, which was the greater healing. Oh, he spots the Blade Master. I mean, it's kind of hard to chase when there is Windwalk available. But I like that he blocked him even for just a second here with the Wisp. And yeah, level 3 is going to be reached very fast here by LawLiet again.
Yep, it's green. And there we go. Blade Master a little out-leveled, but I guess that's fine on Echo Isles. Need the experience for the second hero, which will be coming soon. Lin, of course, way faster with the tech. No mass yet, just archers. Expansion is about to be planted, though. Here we go. What do you think about these mercs of LawLiet?
I think they helped him get to level 3 this quick, and they're okay to have. Obviously, they're not going to benefit from improved bows or marksmanship eventually, but they are pretty helpful in the first place here. Easier of a unit to grab early on. There is no production time. You just hire them, and then they're there instantly. And because he's planning on expanding, I kind of like that. I think it's going to help him out quite a bit. And like now he can easily move out with the staff, you see. I'm surprised he didn't buy dust, though.
Yeah, it would have been pretty good against the Windwalk for sure. Shadowhunter is kind of late, so a lot of focus on the Blade Master progress now. Not too sure if that's the right call. LawLiet is here with the staff. Windwalk again. He would love to have dust. You mentioned it. Grunts are falling, but what more?
He stole the Shadow Priest so that there wouldn't be any Abolish. This is so sick. Like, he knew that was probably going to die to the blade, but he's like, you know what? Kill it. I'm going to kill so many of your units. He got the Troll Berserker, and now he's going to get a Grunt as well.
It's also a very good experience, of course. Reinforcements are coming. This was only the hero, not the army. How long can he stay in here, though?
Okay, this blade's a beast, by the way. Double Glove of Haste. Evasion, got a Circlet. Keeper will actually Town Portal out last second. If he had the dust here, he might have been able to kill that.
Yeah.
And 1 PN scouts the expo of LawLiet now. And Lin's probably thinking, okay, how do I counter? Do I expand myself? He's misrallied his barracks. Look at, do you see at the top? That's where his grunts are rallied.
Okay.
I think that's because he was checking out AP's location earlier.
Okay, there was another difference between LawLiet and Moon. LawLiet has a pretty good army. Pulls Wisps again. Not taking to tier 3. Expo went through. So how much time does Lin have now to react to this? He has to do something. Either push.
Yeah. The best is to either push, like when the Expo starts mining, or to expand yourself, I think. And it's probably going to be an expand, even though he hasn't sent the peon yet. And like we're already seeing what LawLiet is doing so much better than Moon, is sending Wisps everywhere. And you're really using them a lot in those fights. Even though the Orc technically has the Keeper countered, you can still take a lot of their mana away with those Wisps and make sure that there is not enough purge against Trance and Entangle, and then you can just dominate with a Keeper.
Yeah, absolutely good point. You need to pool this mana on the Shaman. And is there still time for a counterattack with the Shadowhunter being so low? No, there's a peon. So I guess we like the decision by Lin. It is a little risky though, because the Night Elf is getting stronger and stronger at this point. This investment will be paying off in a minute or so. So Lin has to do damage, but he has very limited forces.
Okay, LawLiet's really respecting this attack, by the way. He just emptied all of the Moonwells. He emptied the vault to call the savings. And he's trying to use them to the best of their effect now. I think you can always wait a little bit when your tree is under attack like this. You don't want to wait too much so that you lose it and then the opponent just gets back. But a tree will not usually die that fast. So he's delayed the defense a little bit to wait for more units, more mercenaries here in this case. And, oh my god, he's going for the hero. Keeper, there's a Moonwell nearby. That's gonna help so much.
Super smart, but there's no shop, and that was the last bit of Moon Juice. Muddy the Mud Golem even in. Can that help? Entangle, Purge, all the crowd control spells. The Master is kind of low. He can be entangled.
At all.
Poison Ivy, there we go. Right clicks, purges out of it. But the Shadowhunter might be next on the line. There is Heal Wave now, or there should be Heal Wave now. And there is.
Yeah, but he's gonna get chased to death here. That Keeper still has so much mana to work with. Goes for the Shadowhunter. I think that's gonna die before the next Heal Wave. And everything else will follow. The Blade Master is still going to work, but Lin is gonna have to get out of this game here. Just unsuccessful. Went a little too deep trying to target heroes. And that just doesn't work out against somebody as good as LawLiet.
That was quick. That was real quick. Remo, you're muted.
LawLiet looking hot as hell. Level 3. Keeper, man. We saw it plenty of times before, but we see it here again. Bit of a calculated risk for LawLiet to go for the greedy Merc camp early. In the past, Orcs oftentimes used to play a skip barracks, fast Blade Master harass with a Peon Scout, but nowadays it's less seen anymore. LawLiet punishes that very well, and level 3 Keeper wins the game. I think there was one mistake at the Merc camp. Lin goes for the Berserker instead of the Shadow Priest. I think if you go for the Merc camp, always go for the Shadow Priest and put him in the back of your army so that if the Keeper comes in, you have that Dispel ready. But he goes for the opposite. He goes for the Berserker, doesn't have the mana at the gold for the Shadow Priest anymore, loses the Berserker, loses the Grunt, loses the game right there. 2-0 for LawLiet, and he just knows exactly what to do.
Yeah. And
how different a matchup can look from one best of 5 to the other. Moon definitely making wrong calls and just making execution mistakes, and LawLiet making neither.
That looks flawless. But yeah, 3 maps in a row for Lin. He's a player that should be capable of doing so. LawLiet seems to be unbeatable against Orc. We'll see where this series goes after a little break. And we're back with DreamHack Summer Asia, powered by Monster Energy. Lin could need some. Lin could need some energy from chat, maybe, to make this series a little longer. Because the first map, okay, that was a scouting mistake, maybe, and a wrong reaction. Second map, pretty much outplayed. And this, if this continues like this, we have our grand final in like 5 minutes.
I hope not, man. We have had so many 3-0s already. Come on, let's give us a better show here. But it should be a very different game now, I imagine. The level 3 Keeper Creep route was beautiful on Echo Isles, but on Twisted, it should be way, way, way harder.
Remo, you're right. The next map is Twisted. Focus found a good solution against the expansion there with a strong Blade Master. Let's see if Lin can recreate this. Is LawLiet even going for an expansion? Couple of questions. We'll answer them here on Twisted. Okay. Bottom left, 2-0 lead. Punching for the grand final. It's LawLiet. And in the bottom right, fighting for survival. He needs a reverse sweep. It's Lin. Alright, Todd. Starting positions. Bottom left for LawLiet, bottom right for Lin. Who favors this?
I think it depends whether they creep or not. I don't see any scout going out from either player, so they both might just creep. Yeah, okay, Lin's gonna scout top right first. So he's scouting counterclockwise. And yeah, he won't be able to see this on time to really try and do anything about it. So I think they're both gonna do their own pull. And they're both gonna creep a little bit early on. But as we saw, LawLiet is just incredible at getting level 3 quickly and then at dominating. I really think that his strategy is like very momentum based as well. And nobody has been able to slow him down. From the moment he gets level 2 to then level 3, he's just always able to land the perfect entangles, bring enough wisps to deal with the opponents. And that's how he dominates. Like the way that he was able to kill the Shadow Hunter on Concel Hill previously as well. Like it's just crazy. He always deals maximum damage. So it's going to be for Lin to, I guess, do well in the early game, which is very hard against somebody as good as LawLiet.
I wonder... I mean, of course he doesn't know the starting position, but judging from the game against Fly yesterday, Lin should know that LawLiet will prioritize creeping a big spot early, and he's giving this to LawLiet for pretty much free while creeping his own spot. This can of course be great, as it was for Focus with the Vamp Aura, but this could also be a Zombie Mask once again for LawLiet. Okay, it's not. But he's giving him levels for free again.
Yeah, he gets dust this time pretty quickly. I think that's something that was missing last game, but it didn't even really matter that much, to be honest.
Yeah.
And what did the Blade sell?
Flute.
Damn, neither player really happy with their items here, huh?
Hey,
Going for the quick sell.
That's a pretty early war mill for Lin, isn't it? Maybe he's just low on lumber. He builds it because of that.
Yeah, actually, because he scouted, he's actually gonna check he's gonna find the tree immediately.
Yeah, it was daytime.
Go for the kill.
If we remember the European quarterfinal between Foggy and Cooper, it was such a deal breaker that Cooper didn't scout this, or did scout it. What was it again? It was a similar position. I think the scout didn't go fully through, but Lin finds it. And with that, should be able to do a lot of damage to this. This is a cancel.
And LawLiet, it's like he's almost happy that if you go and kill his tree like this, he's like, okay, well, go and kill it. I'll get level 3 easy. I don't care.
Yeah.
So he's already working. He's 2.5. He can start going towards either the orange. He could have gone for the expo at the bottom as well, but I think the orange may be a little bit better here. It's closer to his base. But Blade Master is speed scrolling in. So Lin's anticipating that this is going to be done, but Windwalk almost expired. Oh my god, can he steal the creep? Windwalk's almost done. He goes for the Keeper because he saw that Windwalk was going to finish. LawLiet is going to try to go for the entangle to make sure he gets the creep, but Lin steals it. This is exactly what he needed in this series to have a better chance. Gets level 2. He got the experience, not the item though. But very, very big deal here. Prevents the keeper from getting level 3 here, finally.
That's big. That's probably the best early game he's had before. He's getting mercenaries now as well, including the Shadow Priest. So an earlier dispel against the entangles, against treants, and prevents the keeper level 3. That was a big deal. So LawLiet building a hunch soul here now. That's a little atypical for him.
Yeah. And yeah, you hit a very good point here. The Shadow Priest is also very important. Like the fact that this was stolen on Echo was such a big deal. Like then the keeper really started dominating already. But yeah, Huntress Soul lining up decently well with when tier 2 is gonna finish. So it looks like LawLiet might be playing with maybe Lors. When I see that, is what the first thing that I think of. What the hell is that Tree of Life up there?
Yeah, I thought the same.
Does he think there's an expansion on the Goblin Laboratory or something, or? Because creeping the red is supposed to be very hard here.
Well, what spot is really hard for Night Elves, huh? Especially with Treants and Entangle and Alchemist. Like, you can creep so fast and the biggest spots, pretty much.
So, Remo triggered the Orcs earlier, now you trigger the Elves like this?
I mean, if someone figures out how to creep a very hard spot, then it's definitely LawLiet. And this must be Alchemist for this.
Yeah, that could be a crazy move, actually, if he tries to get the red camp quickly here. The thing is, it's kind of easy to read into, because then you carry the item that tells the opponent that you did this camp. But you can sell the item, I mean, depending on what it is.
Go for the merchant first.
Again.
It's kind of... I think it's a good thing to do. To take this away. Boots of Quel'Thalas would have been great for the Blade Master, and... Okay, Raider Walker. No Shaman even.
Yeah, he has an option on Kodos as well, because he already has the War Mill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Blade Master is in Stalker mode.
And probably afraid of Chimeras again, so with a Beastry, you definitely have a better option against that.
So, second Ancient of War.
Yeah.
And Nature's Blessing here for LawLiet. And he's fishing for units to snipe out on the map right now. Shadow Hunter not quite level 2 just yet. The first Walker is not even there, and I mean there's not going to be any disenchants for a while anyway.
LawLiet is moving into hunts. With Sentinel upgrade, first is on the map. Helps creeping, of course. Oh, here we got Hex. Can he reach? There's pretty much no crowd control afterwards. Should be a TP, or is the Blade Master damage somewhat crazy? No, he only has Slippers. Needs a lot of crits here. But, okay. TP called. Alchemist level 3. That's fast.
Yeah, I kind of like that Lin's playing this way in this game on Twisted Meadows. Just going for the expand, playing solid. Let's go back to basics. Get that Shadow into level 3. Get some good momentum. Try and collect some game-changing items. Even his base is really good. Look at his base. Imagine if he was getting pushed. He has like burrows really well placed.
Yeah.
Probably could go 45 defenses very easily after that as well.
Okay, that's how you creep the red spot prior to the 8-minute 30 mark. With Acid Bomb, level 1, with a little bit of heal spray, with Nature's Blessing.
If one Blade Master showed up, do you think he would leave instantly, or would he still try?
I mean, who expects this camp to be taken at this time?
Yeah, he might check. Oh my god. Lin checked on the top right, saw no expand. I think he's gonna check the red.
What?
There is an L. There is a Sentinel.
There's a Sentinel, and there's also Staff of Silence. He's gotta be careful. Reveal, Entangle, he's detected. But okay.
This is huge because the Alchemist has no mana. And there is no double staff. There is not even a town portal. If Lin catches this army, like, LawLiet can't really run away that well.
I think
and
he
Blade Master's gonna go pick up a healing scroll, and I think he's gonna want to look to engage here. Look, Raiders, they're on the chase.
Yeah, this pit stop at the shop is really big to keep the Blade Master safe. and to have something against the Huns. Was this a little too risky, too flashy, LawLiet?
Can Staff of Silence help a lot here? That's the question.
It can prevent some healing for sure, and Spirit Link. But can
Yeah, but there is Disenchant.
There's Disenchant,
He
yeah.
he lands it on everything, actually.
Oh, that was pretty good. That's the last heal spray. How much sustain does this army have without heal spray? 2 kills already. LawLiet is trying to buy some time, but there's no TP anymore.
Yeah, he goes for the Keeper. There's going to be a second ensnare here. Uses Healing Wave. Lin, is he finally winning a map? He kills the Keeper. And he can get the surround on the Alchemist here. There's going to be an ensnare in the second. Has he finally done it here after a good start? Stealing one of the important creeps. Getting level 2 on the Blade Master. He goes for some solid Grunt Raider Walker. And he gets the map win. Lin somehow does it here on Twisted Meadows.
The flawlessness of LawLiet is gone, and we finally have a series today. This cannot go unpunished. You don't creep a rat spot that early without Lin noticing and punishing it. There was a a couple of damn good silences, but this last hex on the Keeper was a tiny bit too fast. And then double kill and GG.
Good old Raider Walker does it again. I thought this wasn't playable anymore. I thought the Keeper would punish you too hard. Was that perhaps a scouting mistake by LawLiet? Should he have been looking for that? Should he have then played more aggressively? Maybe? Perhaps that would have been an option. But then again, like, who really plays Walkers anymore? Everyone plays Shaman. And he's still got something valuable across the map. But I think the really cool thing here was Lin realizing that at that point in time, with Raider Walker, with 50 supply, with the heal scroll, he has a strong timing. And even if he has to walk across the entire map to look for a fight, if he finds one, it might be good for him. It might be game-winning for him. And that gives Lin some hope.
And that's the difference between game 1 and game 3, right? On game 1, LawLiet was going for some sneaky, flashy plays, wasn't punished, wasn't scouted, wasn't punished, he takes the series. Here, he tries something new again, but Lin smells it this time, not going blindly into a build. And voila, we got the 2-1.
So, the third map is going to be Northern Isles. This is, I think, where Lin versus Moon have had the most epic of games. The Farseer Headhunter style is really strong on this map, but it seems like Lin doesn't appreciate that strategy much anymore. And also, Counter Expo with triple hero for Orc is really good. Especially if you can grab those shop items reliably with the Blade Master and can level up the heroes into the late. This could be a banger map.
And if we go full distance, we got Last Refuge remaining, where Lin showed some crazy burning oil tier 3 strategies against Moon before. So, okay. Maybe it is the start of the comeback. Maybe we get our reverse sweep. I would love to get a game 5 just to see what these Warcraft geniuses come up with. Northern Isles first, though. Step by step, still match points for LawLiet.
And this feels like it's another one of those maps where it's hard to prevent Keeper from getting level 3, right? You got like a lot of small camps that you can do very easily with Trance, and that's going to be the real challenge for Lin, is stopping that, slowing it down, while leveling himself.
Okay, let's see what we can get here. It's getting cold on Northern Isles. Alright, bottom left. Second best Night Elf in the world according to the Warcraft 3.elo ranking. Still punching for that grand final. It's LawLiet. In the upper right, giving the Horde some hope for an Orcish grand final. Still facing elimination, but looking better and better. It's Lin.
The premonitory dreams of Remo, could they finally be coming to fruition? Definitely felt like a wild dream. Like, if you had told me at the start of this tournament that we would have 2 Orcs in the finals, I would have said you're absolutely out of your mind. But through some pretty surprising results, especially from Focus, the man on fire of this tournament, beating Infi 3-0, Moon 3-0, we now have one of these Orcs in the finals, and another one looking for that spot as well, but it's still Obviously, I think a lot of people are still gonna favor LawLiet here going into that map number 4.
Yeah, I would agree. If he just plays very solid and standard without any big risks, this play still looks flawless from him. And does Lin have the solutions for that? If there's a TP, if there's a way out, looks hard. But alright, this is Keeper versus Blade Master once again, but a very early War Mill.
Yeah, he seems to really favor that.
It's Headhunters, right? Like one grunt into Headhunters, maybe?
Yeah, we've been seeing that more and more. It's a really weird build to see. Like, usually if you see Headhunters, it would be with a Farseer, but yeah, we've been seeing that a little bit here and there. I guess you don't necessarily have to go Headhunters. Like, also it could be to help with his wood economy, because he's gonna attack pretty quick. And it also, because you go for the very quick Peon Scout, you're really lacking wood in the start. That Peon Scout is super important, you know, like in the games where Orcs hasn't gone for it, they've missed stuff where we were like, oh, if he had just scouted, you know, like he would have been able to do well here.
Did LawLiet deny a creep? He's at 80.
No?
Okay.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
I thought so, yeah, right? Should be more.
He got a ring as well.
This game's lost.
From Focus. We heard from Focus how important the item log can be, but yeah, this time LawLiet not getting the best of start with that. He's got the second burrow on the way here. Does Lin Tech started for LawLiet? What do we see starting as well?
We have a Hunter's
Does he try to go for a tree yet again?
He does have a Hunter's Hall, and that should play into Headhunters. Is Lin just... Okay, he has to wait for the burrow. He's at 20 supply at the moment. One token grunt is quite nice. Oh, remember that one wisp block from Echo Isle? That was quite a statement. Now Lin returning the favor with the grunt block, getting some Blade Master hits in.
Yeah, Keeper though, having the ring helped actually a little bit here for once. He's looking thick, tight, solid. He's got the 8-pack. It just gets away here for the time being. It's always awkward when you open with Treants like this and you're not able to get level 2 for a very long time, but he's still being very patient with it. Blade Master trying to steal one of the camps away on the other side of the map here. And he should be able to get that. Yeah, even use the Swing Walk to make sure he gets the experience.
Every tiny bit of experience that keeps the Keeper away from level 3 is big. That was the case on Twisted. And this starts the same way here. Only level 1, no Entangle. This is brutal for Night Elves. Lin continues to build grunts, by the way. No Headhunters yet.
Yeah, the War Mill was just there, like I said, to help him mine a little bit more wood because he was checking everywhere. Look, he even checks the top side of the map. He knows that there could be an AP somewhere, so he wanted to play it safe. He might have even seen that wisp near the expo that was not attackable by melee units. So he's like, maybe that sneaked close to my base and made an AP. I don't want that to happen. So he checked everywhere. But sadly for him, there was nothing to be found. Blade Master looking for the steal. Windwalk about to expire.
Still ticking. Okay, now he's revealed. Can he still get it though? Doesn't even matter as he gets it. Well of Illusion, more scouting, and he might need that scouting because the Tree of Life of LawLiet is in a very interesting position. Super close to the base.
This is so scary for the units. They're just creeping and then suddenly the Blade Master appears. He's standing there, he's doing nothing, he's just standing still.
Oh, this is such a delay for LawLiet. The Hunts with the last hits. Getting them, I think.
A town is under siege.
Yeah, Spirit Lodge now on the way. We got the Shadow Enter as well. For lane, Blade Master is gonna staff out here to play it really safe. He had already spotted the Tree of Life, but I think he was getting worried because he didn't have the mana for a Windwalk. And he knew that the Keeper might be on the way to come back and defend, so... I like that he goes back to leveling the Blade Master and probably hopes for some damage item here.
These illusions are helping him so much. Like the intelligence he got from one item is pretty crazy. And we continue with the Gloves of Haste. More DPS. So what does LawLiet do? Of course, Alchemist could try to steal the Tuska away. Because Lin is kind of busy, or was busy in the upper left. But this could backfire. So he decides against it. As Hex and Blade Master Focus seem to be too scary.
Hey, look at what LawLiet is doing. He set up some Sentinel. He has wisps a little bit everywhere on the map. He's got the Shadow Mailed Huntress near the Expo. And he's just waiting for Lin to start creeping a single camp.
Yeah.
And he's gonna pounce on him with Ultra Vision, Entangle, and do damage. But then he sees that Lin is suspecting of this. He's a little bit hesitant, so he's like, okay, well then I'll start creeping myself. And he's gonna secure the Goblin Laboratory here, which should line up pretty well with when his tree is gonna be around the Expo after he's done. So then he can just go and creep that. And he already went for Nature's Blessing, and then obviously it's still gonna be like the mass tier 1 strategy with the second Enchanter 4, and he's gonna go straight into Archers after the 4 initial Huntresses. So there's not gonna be any sort of mass hunt with Moonglaives.
This is still one of the best early games that Lin has had. If you can pick up levels now, he gets the Pendant of Energy, as if someone would try to tell him, like, keep on fighting, man, this is not over. It absolutely is not. Blade Master's taking away these wisps here, or nice saves behind the bench and the house. So this can still be repaired, but another Archer falling, making this creep a little more difficult. Might even be forcing LawLiet back. Got a Wand of the Wind, the Talisman of Evasion, though. It can be pretty good on the Alchemist. Oh,
Yeah,
last hit so big.
You see those trends though, getting those trapped, that's kinda bad.
Yeah, that delays the creep for sure, but there's Entangle. No Acid Bomb yet, he's blocked. Field Spray, and that's another staff out. So, Lin knows about this expansion, but decides not to push it.
A player's force
How did he Windwalk plus staff outs? If he staffed out first then use Windwalk, shouldn't the Windwalk have cancelled the staff? And then if you Windwalk first then you staff out, then using the staff should reveal you. That's strange.
True.
Especially because there was no dust, but there was Wand of the Wind. So I was like, why is he not using this? But somehow it was Windwalk plus staffing out. What the hell? I've never seen that.
If he wins, we can ask him. Keeper is making his way over to the expansion. And let the harass begin. It's level 2 Treants, and this might just be enough.
Shaman's coming in. They need to be fast with those purges. Yeah, Shadow Hunter level 3. And he's gonna save that Expo here.
Okay, that's big. Blade Master at the same time, taking care of the Entangled Gold Mine. There is still a Windwalk, no reveal. Oh, no Windwalk! And it's around! Oh boy! There's no way out. 20 seconds for the staff. He's dead.
Yeah. And Lin's trying to get the Keeper on the other side, but he's spending a lot of purge actually for that.
Needs a crazy block, and that's the TP. So, trading a level 2 hero for a TP, especially if this saves the expansion, is definitely a way back for LawLiet. He wasn't that far behind, but hero kill so big.
LawLiet's already getting +2 attack, by the way, for his units. And we saw yesterday how good he was at upgrading. We got 0-1 on these grunts on the other side. And both players are gonna start mining from their Expo at about the same time. LawLiet sends those wisps. Wait, what? He sends them to fight, actually. He's like, I don't need to mine, I need to win this fight right now.
Okay.
You don't even have a blade and you're attacking me? How dare you?
Big detonate once again. Only one though. The archers are not safe at all. Do we have lightning shield? That could connect real hard. And yes, we do. Focus fire is nice though. First run taken out. Again, a myriad of wisps used here for LawLiet. One of the wind is nice, but being purged. Mana's limited on the Shadow Hunter. Seems like LawLiet can deal with these grunts way too easy though.
Yeah. It was the right move as well for the grunts to go for the archers in the backline, but LawLiet kept moving back, he kept kiting with archers, he's looking to try and land some of these entangles as well, serpent wards, going to town on everything that they can here. And I'm afraid Lin's gonna only be left over with a few shamans and the Shadow Hunter. He doesn't even have a town portal, needs to be careful.
Why?
There's almost an entangle.
Why is he even fighting though? The Blade Master wasn't there. The Expo just came up, didn't pay off at all. He could just sit back and sit on 2-base and wait for his Blade Master, no?
Worried about LawLiet getting like 60 supply or 70 with like the critical mass where he does a lot of damage. Yeah, that was a bit weird because Blade was not there.
Serpent Ward block, mega cool.
Yeah, the Blade is back now, but Shadow Hunter is completely out of mana and he has the mana pendant as well. So just go home, start replenishing that. Tier 3 starts for Lin.
Okay.
So you want to go again for Bloodlust here.
The one of the wind has been used completely. We do get a witch doctor giving him so much vision. Both will have a lot of vision with sentinels, wisps, witch doctors. Shop now coming for LawLiet. No tier 3 for him, so the big damage upgrades are only coming later. Is Lin really clawing his way back into the series? With that greater mana potion, absolutely possible.
Yeah, definitely the best item he could have found here. And that shredder is so brilliant here, because he's really lacking woods. That's going to allow him to easily go into something like a bestiary if he wants to add like a Kodo to his composition. If he wants to go for torrents down the line as well, going to make it a lot easier. And usually for LawLiet here, since he already broke upkeep, he's going to creep like maybe like one more camp. And then he's going to start pushing, because regardless of whether there is a tower at the expansion, he's going to have a lot of strong pushing potential. And he can't wait. Like this army, obviously, it has almost like an expiration date on it against torrents and against bloodlust in particular.
Yeah, Lin is getting stronger and stronger. I like that he's kind of ignoring the Blade Master. Level 3 and 4 are nice, but what's really important is level 5 Shadow Hunter, for sure. So Lin is trying to push again, while teching a little bit of a Kiwikaki push. But there's the speed scroll, no TP. Heal scroll and invul, only on the side of Lin.
Yeah, he has a witch doctor that started warding the map. That's very, very nice, actually, for all that extra vision. Lin's already rich. Gets the totem now. And that's gonna line up very well with when tier 3 finishes. So he can just get like third hero. Might have to staff out. Yeah, he's just gonna take the safe route of staffing out Blade Master. Just had enough mana for one single win walk out. But the army is getting chased right now. Those archers, they're on the hunt.
They're kind of
He's gonna
fast.
corner him. Oh my god, he's gonna cut him off.
He's gonna be trapped. Does he have a TP? Now he does. Once again, good shop control. Hunts are getting on top of these shaman. Archers are intercepting. So how much damage can he do?
The archer flank. I never thought I'd say the word.
Could build an invisible archer wall. Is there a reveal?
Tries to go for the Shadow Hunter. And he has the full surround. Oh my god. With that
That's a lot of damage.
Blade Master tries to TP out.
27. Is he ticking out? No. He had to pop.
Greater mana.
He had to pop the greater mana because there was no shop here, but at least he survives.
And
he's
without dropping the pendants.
It was a bit of a panic move for sure. LawLiet pushing. First torrent is coming. Oh, Lin, you need to be great with these splits, but the detonates are amazing. He's chasing further. He's detonating more. Everything dry.
Yeah, those shamans have 0 mana, all of them. The Shadow Hunter as well running really low now. He's gonna have one single heal wave to work with. There it is. Blade Master still has a speed scroll and a scroll of healing, but he's fighting without the shots of the burrow now, as the one tower already died. There's not even mana for Serpent Wards either. I think Lin really needed a shop as his expo. He broke up keep really late and now he's getting overpowered. And it looks like LawLiet might be pushing himself into the grand finals here.
Oh, if this Blade Master falls again, then that is probably the call. But Lin retreating a little. His Tauren are still not in this fight. Where are the Tauren? Finally, one is coming. The Keeper has a potion. That's no point of attack. Or shouldn't be, really. Hey, with the Hex Blade Master again. So close.
Yeah, Pulverize is being researched now, but I don't think he even finished on time before that Tauren is dead. Lin may be a little bit greedy here. Saving gold for a little too long, not getting more towers at the expo. Fought at the wrong time, perhaps, and with those detonates, yet again, it looks like LawLiet is going to win another Night Elf against Orc, but he's getting pushed back a little bit here. For a minute at least.
Feels like he's choking him out, but he's got to be careful. The heal spray is so good, and once more the Wisps. I would really love to have a counter how many Wisps he is using in this tournament. Dries everything up. And the super important thing, canceling the shop. Did the Blade Master bring anything? No, only the invul. And this could be the end right here. And Tangle right-click. Shadow Hunter survives again. But is that the case for the Expo as well?
Yeah, there's a Chieftain now. He just needs to let those shamans replenish. There's so many Wisps. I think LawLiet just, he binded both of his trees on the same hotkey, and he's just spamming the Wisp button, rallied to his Keeper, basically.
Yeah. By now, it is definitely possible. LawLiet lets loose though, and this is a little time to breathe for Lin. I thought he's hanging by a thread, but now TC out, Torrent have pulverized, 0-1 upgrade, and Bloodlust.
It's crazy how he has evasion on both of his heroes, by the way, LawLiet. It's like really hard to go for hero target against this.
Yeah. Also parry up, also a ring. This time he gets the items, LawLiet.
A player's force.
Yeah, Alchemist being almost level 5 is going to be a big power spike here. For him to hit, I like that Lin is going for the red camp at the bottom, probably hoping for, I guess, Pipe would be nice. Well, any one of the big auras, provided it's not the one that he already has, or is going to have with the Endurance. Unholy Aura would be nice as well.
Okay, what is
And he
it?
gets the Hand of Valor.
Little bit more damage is okay. Can maybe give the bell to the TEC with that.
And Lin, he has a sentry ward in the center of the map. He probably looks at his army. He's like, are you kidding me? How does he have this much?
75 supply. Protection scroll, heal scroll, invo potion, mana potion. LawLiet is going for the throat with, again, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wisps.
That's so many wisps. Oh my god. They're gonna come in from behind as well.
Uh-oh. Oh my god, if he just flanks him. Lin can just tap out.
After the archer flank, now we got the wisp drive-by.
Oh, one punch
flashy
against
tug.
him. Can the shaman be saved? He's trying everything, but now they land. They didn't detonate everything. There might be 1 or 2 bloodlusts left, but the mass of Night Elf army is just flooding Lin.
He's gonna have a few serpent warriors to work with. Alchemist healing, doing so much here. Trance coming to reinforce, and there's no more purges left. These torrents, they need to put in work, but the first one already dead. Second one getting entangled, and it looks like LawLiet is doing it.
The heal wave a tiny bit too late to save this torrent. Speaking of the torrent, bye-bye Chieftain, bye-bye Lin. LawLiet takes the series 3-1, and our grand final is Focus versus LawLiet.